Footballers haven't always been able to be knocked down at the slightest touch. Some of the game's best known players are the ones who lived for a tackle and a tussle. So let's highlight some of football's hard men, the tough guys that put the contact in semi-contact sport. Here are our starting 11 fearless footballers. Number 11, Walter Samuel. One of the best defenders of his generation, Argentine Walter Samuel became known for his steel at Inter Milan, where he was instrumental in the club's treble-winning season during his time there. Known as Il Muro, or the Wall, Samuel was fast, powerful, aggressive and a hard tackler, which made him one of the most effective centre-backs in history. Often overlooked for that accolade due to his extensive time spent recovering from injuries, you have to wonder if he might have had a slightly more prominent career if he'd just taken it a little easier. Number 10, Nemanja Vidic. Blood gushing from the broken nose of Nemanja Vidic became a frequent sight at Old Trafford during the rock-solid Serbians' time at the back for the Red Devils. Not that it ever bothered him. You can fix a broken nose, he once said, but you can't fix your pride. He was never the biggest physically on the pitch, but in terms of reputation he was a giant, and his effort was almost unmatched. Number 9, Rio Ferdinand. Centre-backs have to be tough to survive throwing their bodies on the line week after week, but not many of them choose to go into boxing after retirement. That's exactly what Rio Ferdinand has done. After becoming arguably the greatest English centre-back of all time, Ferdinand announced his intention to join the world of professional boxing at age 38, and while he's yet to schedule his first fight, he's certainly been taking training seriously. Number 8, Thomas Gravesen. There's something about a bald dude that just makes him look tougher. Not that Thomas Gravesen needed the help in looking tough. The Danish midfielder came to prominence at a club who are no stranger to hard men, Everton, for his tough tackling and aggressive style, and his unflinching nature eventually earned him a move to Real Madrid, and practically ended it too when he attacked his teammate Robinho in training. Number 7, Robert Huth. Built like a 6'3" refrigerator, Robert Huth once won Stoke's Player of the Year award for his outstanding defensive displays in a team historically filled with hard men. The German came through the ranks at Chelsea, winning 2 Premier League Champions medals during his time there, before leaving to find more first-team action. But he'll go down in history for his time at Leicester City, where he partnered with fellow big man Wes Morgan to see the Foxes to their first ever Premier League title. Number 6, Vinnie Jones. Presenting a show in England called Soccer's Hard Men after retiring, Vinnie Jones is arguably the hardest man to have ever played the ugly side of the beautiful game. He was sent off 12 times in his professional career, which spanned playing for Wimbledon, Leeds, Chelsea and Sheffield United. He holds the record for the fastest yellow card in a match, being cautioned 5 seconds into a game, and he was also once photographed grabbing England star Paul Gascoigne by the testicles in a game between Wimbledon and Newcastle United in 1987. He's gone on to have a pretty respectable film career, starring in Guy Ritchie films, an X-Men movie, and Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted. Grr, tough. Number 5, Duncan Ferguson. One of the most famous Evertonian football players for helping them escape relegation in 1994, Duncan Ferguson holds the joint record for Premier League sendings off, having received 8 red cards during his career, one of which was for punching Wigan's Pascal Chimbonda, who, to be fair, did say later that it was a nice punch. The red cards pale though in comparison to the 3 assault convictions he got for off-the-pitch antics, and an additional one he got for headbutting a defender during a game in 1994 while playing for Rangers, where he'd arrived for a British transfer record. Still, 3 people tried to burgle Ferguson's home, but it won't surprise you to learn that 2 of them ended up in hospital. Number 4, Stuart Pearce. Currently the assistant manager at West Ham, former defender Stuart Pearce represented Nottingham Forest, Newcastle United and West Ham during his playing days before he moved on to managing, where he's since been in charge of Manchester City, England's under-21 national side and the Great British Olympic squad. But before he went by coach, he went by a different nickname, Psycho. His England teammate Matt Le Tissier said Pearce was the scariest player he ever faced, and his Nottingham Forest teammate Roy Keane said he was a man amongst boys in the squad. High praise for a psycho indeed. Number 3, Jaap Stam. 2-time Champions League Best Defender awardee Jaap Stam is now manager of Reading, but at his professional peak he was the most feared defender on the European continent. His combination of pace, power and ball-playing ability were a hallmark of the Dutch system he was raised in, but made him one of the most technically gifted players on the pitch for Manchester United during their treble-winning year. At 6'3" with a bald head, he was a terrifying prospect for strikers to come up against. Number 2. Gennaro Gattuso. Gennaro Gattuso was an integral part of Italy's modern footballing heyday for his midfield marshalling of the Azzurri at international level, earning a World Cup, but even more so for his part in AC Milan's historically successful period in the mid-2000s. Known for his fearsome temper, over the course of his career he was sent off for backhanding Zlatan Ibrahimovic, that's Taekwondo black belt Zlatan Ibrahimovic, handed a 7-match ban for headbutting Spurs coach Joe Jordan after a game, and once snatched a yellow card out of a referee's hand in Switzerland. He hasn't slowed down since retiring either though, as one of his players whom he manages at AC Milan as head coach recently told the press that Gattuso spends all training session just screaming at the players. It's certainly turned their form around this season though. Number 1. Roy Keane. Who else? United's legendary and fearless captain was Sir Alex Ferguson's general on the pitch, and the Irishman took his disciplinary role seriously. Arriving at the club from Nottingham Forest as the then British record transfer fee, Keane was always the loudest player on the pitch, hurling commands and abuse at his teammates and opponents alike, and he never met a tackle he didn't like the look of. Fiercely proud and professional, he chewed Rio Ferdinand out in his first training session at the club for passing the ball sideways instead of forwards, and Gerard Piqué once said he thought Keane was going to murder him after his phone rang in the dressing room pre-match. Keane's methods were effective though, corralling the talent of the class of '92 and captaining them to the club's historic treble. That's far from all of them though, so let us know who your favourite tough guy player was and why in the comments below. And while you're there, let us know what other videos you want to see. Give this one a like and the channel a subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, I'm Lloyd Mallison, till next time.